circling the ancient tower. I am circling those unsheaths. I don't know if I falcon or a storm. I wonder if I age-old song. I am circling an ancient tower. I've been circling those years. I don't know if I falcon or a storm. I wonder if I age-old song. Hey, wish it don't, wish it don't. Hey, wish it don't, wish it don't. Fly like an eagle, eagle in the sky. Fly like an eagle, eagle in the sky. Fly like an eagle into the sea. Fly like an eagle where my spirit carries me. Just like Orpheus, my song is never done. I am circling ancient tower. I've been circling those unseen. I don't know if I falcon or a storm. I wonder if I age-old song.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this special September 19th, 2021 musical Sunday service at the First Unitarian Church of Alton. I'm Peg Flack, and our guests for today's service are the Troubadours of Divine Bliss. We welcome everyone to our church home of comfort, spirit, justice, and hope. We are Unitarian Universalists. At the beginning of our services, we traditionally light a chalice, so if you have a chalice at home, I invite you to join me as I light mine. And I'm going to burn a little sage too, just because. We hallow this time together by kindling the lamp of our heritage. Our opening words this morning are from the lyrics of the Troubadours song, It Is Well. Lift me up, make me well, so in my heart love may dwell. Make me well. Lift me up, make me whole, make me peaceful in my soul. It is well. And now, the Troubadours of Divine Bliss.
Hello and good morning. We hope that you are having a wonderful morning and feeling the light of love and God's presence in your heart today and every day. It's such a pleasure to be back with you. Troubadours of Divine Bliss, Amy Smiley,
Renee Ananda. Thank you again for the invitation to join you. It is such a blessing for us both. And we have a song that you know possibly that we hope you'll join us in singing. And as you sing it, invite in to dwell within you all these beautiful things. Let them fill up your senses.
you fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, ooh, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms, oh, let me lay down beside you, let me always be with you. Come let me love you, come love me again. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, ooh, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. You fill up my senses, said, come fill me again.
Where you at? You're probably saying, I'm in Alton. You know that, right? No, I mean, where you at? That's a traditional New Orleans greeting that Amy and I learned when we were street performers down there back in the mid-1990s. And at first we probably answered pretty literally. We probably said, well, we're right here on Royal Street. And what they really meant was, how you doing? So I'm asking you a question this morning. Where you at? Where you at? I know for me, I want to be peaceful. I want to be joyful. I want to be my most loving self. And yet this world is constantly trying to draw us out of those places and those feelings and make us live in it, when we want to live in the peace and the joy and the love that we know so well, so deeply, truly. I grew up a preacher's kid, and I remember hearing my dad talk about that God inhabits our praise. And I've always found that encouraging and exciting and an invitation, really. I want God to feel at home in my honoring, to live in my loving, to be present in my adoration. I want those things. And as I began to think about the word inhabit, I did something else my dad used to always do when he preached, and that was to split the word in two or find a different way to look at the word. And so I saw two words there, in and habit. And I started thinking about, what am I in the habit of doing? What am I in the habit of being? What am I in the habit of thinking? Because that's where I dwell, and that's what's dwelling in me. And yet I want love and joy and peace. But I'll admit, sometimes I might be online too much, looking at what in the world is going on in the news, because I care about this planet and its people. And I know, as potent Unitarians, that you are there as well. But there is more for us to inhabit and to be in the habit of than maybe some of the ways that our energy and our hearts and our souls are being fragmented, being focused in so many different directions and outside instead of inside. So I know in my heart I want to make an effort to live more out of intent than I guess, and I would say less out of habit and more in intent. So it reminds me of this story that I heard. There was a guy that was in a cab, and he reached up and he tapped on the driver's shoulder. And the driver swerved and screamed and ran up on a sidewalk, and then came really close to hitting a shop window. And he screeched the brakes, and he turned around, he goes, he's like, mate, don't ever do that again. You scared the daylights out of me. And the guy was like, I didn't realize that would scare you that much. I'm really sorry. And the driver replies, I'm sorry, it's not your fault. Today's my first day as a cab driver. I've been driving a funeral van for 25 years. So, he was in the habit of being in that funeral van for 25 years, and he wasn't present in the moment, and he got startled and he got scared. And I think about, where are we anchoring ourselves? What are we in the habit of doing? And if we are present in the moment, then our anchor is dropped right there in the now, and things can't shift us around and knock us around as much as they do and probably are in your life, I know in mine. So I want to share a quote with you. Lawrence Millman said, "You are what you inhabit." And I'd like to add to that and say what we're dwelling on, we're dwelling in, What we're dwelling on, we're dwelling in. So the next time that you feel anxiety rising up within you, take a little survey, drop that gauge into your spirit and say, what am I dwelling on right now? Because that's what I'm dwelling in. And yet I want to feel peace and joy and love more in my life. But where am I right now? Where are you at? Check in and ask that question, because we have a choice, to think thoughts that encourage us and give us hope, or to discourage us and make us feel despair. Every emotion is preceded by a thought, so it matters where you're dwelling and what you're telling yourself. So I want to ask you some questions. What are you in the habit of doing? I like to ask these questions of myself, and I did. So what about the music you listen to? Does that inspire you, or are you screaming at the top of your lungs to to music that makes you more angry, And sometimes we need to get that out, but what is the consistent place you're dwelling in? What about the movies you watch? Are they full of violence? Are they full of things that we're living every day now in our lives? Just violence and heartbreaking conditions that, do you escape at all, maybe, and watch something that makes you laugh, or something that deeply inspires you to show up and be the hero in this world? How about the stations you flip on? How many of us get up in the morning, the first thing we do is flip on something that tells us some bad news, and that sets the tone for our day, Or are we waking up and dwelling in the spirit, dwelling in things that are filling our spirit with peace and joy and love, so that we have a reservoir all day to draw from? What about the people that you surround yourself with? Who you dwell with is where you're dwelling, What about your secret habits, ways of coping? What about your hobbies and your daydreams? Mina Tadros said, if you want to change your world, you need to start cultivating good habits. Did you know there can be good habits? Because all we've ever heard about is bad habits. And yet there are good habits. And I want to encourage you this week to pick something small that would be a good habit for yourself, and do it for 1 to 5 minutes. Start tiny, start small, and see how that good habit starts to inhabit somewhere that maybe a bad habit or a bad feeling was inhabiting. There's a story that my dad used to share in his sermons that I want to read for you. And it's an illustration of being aware of your presence of mind and what happens if we're not aware of where we're at. So here's an explanation. It's revealed in this letter that a man wrote to an insurance company about a work accident he had. Dear sirs, I'm writing in response to your request for additional information. In block number 3 of the accident reporting form, I put lost presence of mind as the cause of my accident. You said in your letter that I should explain fully, and I trust the following details will be sufficient. I'm a bricklayer by trade. On the day of the accident, I was working alone on the roof of a new 6-story building when I discovered that I had about 500 pounds of bricks left over. Rather than carry the bricks down by hand, I decided to lower them in a barrel by using a pulley which fortunately was attached to the side of the building at the 6th floor. Securing the rope at ground level, I went up on the roof, swung the barrel out, and loaded it with bricks. Then I went back to the ground and untied the rope, holding it tightly to ensure a slow descent of the 500 pounds of bricks. You will note in block number 11 of the accident report form that I weigh 135 pounds. Due to my surprise at being jerked off the ground so suddenly, I lost presence of mind and forgot to let go of the rope. Needless to say, I proceeded at a rather rapid rate up the side of the building. In the vicinity of the 3rd floor, I met the barrel coming down. This explains the fractured skull and broken collarbone that I've noted. Slowed only slightly, I continued my rapid ascent, not stopping until the fingers of my right hand were 2 knuckles deep into the pulley. This explains the lacerations on my right hand. Fortunately, by the time I'd regained my presence of mind and was able to hold tightly to the rope in spite of my pain, at approximately the same time, however, the barrel of bricks hit the ground and the bottom fell out of the barrel. The barrel now weighed about 50 pounds. I refer you again to my weight of 135 pounds in box number 11. As you might imagine, I began a rapid descent down the side of the building. In the vicinity of the 3rd floor, I met the barrel coming up. This accounts for the 2 fractured ankles and the lacerations of my legs and lower body. The encounter with the barrel slowed me enough to lessen my injuries when I fell into the pile of bricks, and fortunately, only 3 vertebrae were cracked. I'm sorry to report, however, that as I lay there on the bricks in pain, unable to stand, and watching the empty barrel 6 stories above me, I again lost presence of mind. I let go of the rope. Where was he at? He was not in the moment, was he? He had lost his presence of mind. Folks, these times have us losing our presence of mind pretty much on a daily basis. There is so much going on in this world, and as people who care, and as people who feel called, I know you want to show up and save the world, but this world depends on us having our presence of mind, feeding our presence of spirit, having someplace to draw from, so that where we're dwelling is peace. Where we're dwelling is joy. Where we're dwelling is love, so much so that when we come out into the world and we bump up against these things, those things are flowing from us. So I want us to recognize some things, If we think we can't, we probably won't. If you think angry thoughts, angry words and actions are pretty sure to follow. If we fill our minds with fantasies, our bodies will find a way to fulfill those desires. If you dwell on your problems, soon they're going to overwhelm you. And if you feel like a victim, soon you'll become one. If you give way to worry, it can hurt your emotional and physical health. If you think low thoughts, you're going to feel down. If you expect defeat, you'll probably lose. If you dwell on rejection, you'll probably set yourself up for even more rejection. If you focus on how others misunderstand you, you'll soon become angry and bitter. Vince Lombardi said, watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Now, of that list of things that I just shared, the flip side is also true. If you focus on the truth, you're going to speak more truth. If you look on noble things, then nobility will be your way of life. If you seek out lovely things, your life will be lovely. If you dwell on that which is pure, impurity will have no place to dwell within you. If you look for virtue, you will find it. If you search for higher things, you will elevate your own life and the life of others. Think on these things. Inhabit these things. Focus on the good, the pure, the true, the holy now. Find those things that elevate your mind and expand your heart. Think on those things. Inhabit those things. Dwell there. And then the next time I say, where you at? You're going to say, all right. Thank you.
We offer the gentle reminder that this community of faith is supported only by your giving. We need each other, and in times of trial, we need each other even more. You can mail your gift to the First Unitarian Church of Alton, Post Office Box 494, Alton, Illinois 62002, or give electronically by searching for the First Unitarian Church of Alton on the Givelify app or by the link on our webpage. Give what you will, for you are a generous people. Please join me in our offering prayer. May this offering equip us to inspire love and seek justice. Please contact the church office if you have an event or an announcement you'd like for us to share with our weekly Church This Week email. And if you're interested in receiving our weekly email, please send your contact information to church@firstuualton.org. And remember to join us next week.
Take me away from the weight of this world. I'm a punch-drunk boxer, can't leave the rain. I've lost faith in your religion, I love. Is my God's name rushing road through me? Continue to pursue me. I'm a ball, doesn't know when needs the sea, needs the sea. Don't give up on me, don't give up on me, though I'm recklessly stumbling. Deep in my soul I know, deep in my soul I know you well. Take me away where silence speaks. Take me to your ocean, let me fall into your grace. Take me to your sunlight, shine upon my face. Lie upon your fields, rest inside your shade. Take me where the wind blows, sound of your name. Take me away. Take me away from the weight of this world. I'm atlas struggling, my knees are buckling. Take this burden from me, it was never mine to carry solely. My mind is a puppy, begs to play fetch, bringing fears of tomorrow, yesterday's regrets. Still me, heal me, sin just fell through me. I'm a reed, make music through me, music through me. Pour your paradise upon my head, whisper love's secret like it's never been said, like a seed through the shell, like a root through the stones. Break me out of these bones, break me out of these bones, like a mighty waterfall. Eagle soaring, call, let me surrender, surrender. I'm an ocean flow, steadily growing like the tide. Keep coming and going, going and coming. Searches and stillness, stillness and searches in the waters of my knowing. me to your ocean, let me fall into your grace. Take me to your sunlight, shine upon my face. Lie upon your fields, rest inside your shade. Take me where the wind blows, the sound of your name. Take me away.
And now, if you have a lit chalice or a candle near you, I invite you to join me in extinguishing it. The light of truth and meaning cannot be put out. We are keepers of this flame until we meet again.
The reed, needing to be open for the music to pour out of. So letting go and making space for beauty to inhabit, for beauty to flow through is what we desire most of all. And this next song speaks to different ways we can show up in this world, and about the story that your hands tell and your heart tells when we leave here someday. And hopefully we're all telling the best story we can possibly tell and leaving the best legacy we can possibly leave.
Well, what is the reflection of what you inhabit? It's what you do, right? How you present yourself in this life, what you spend your time doing, what you make with these hands, what you build with these hands, how you care or how you hurt with these hands. What you inhabit is a reflection of how you're being in this world. And we know that you are being present in love and evidence of it. What story do your hands tell? Who have you heard? Who have you held? Did you write your own book? Play your favorite song? Paint your own picture? Did you walk alone? Or did someone come along? Your touchdown there? Did you help or did you hinder? Were you a builder? Did you destroy and greed? Did you cut down trees or plant seeds? What story do your hands tell? Who have you heard? Who have you held? Did you write your own book? Play your favorite song? Paint your own picture? Did you embrace or push away? Did you give? Did you take? Were you a healer or did you break? What story do your hands tell? Who have you heard? Who have you tell? Did you write your own book? Play your favorite song? Paint your own picture? Did you walk alone? Or did someone come along? Did you pray? Did you sit on your hands? Did you follow your lifeline or make your own plan? If the hand is a map, what story does yours tell? Did you wait more hellos or more farewell? What story do your hands tell? Who have you heard? Who have you heard? Did you write your own book? Play your favorite song? Paint your own picture? Did you walk alone? Or did someone come along? Or did someone come along? What story do your hands tell?
And our closing words today are the lyrics from another Troubadour song, Something Better. Joy over pain, light over dark, love over fear is the prayer in my heart. There is something better for you. See you next week.